Using the right tools and extensions when it comes to building out sites or funnels makes all the difference as far as how enjoyable it is and how easy it is for a lot of the things that you end up wanting to check and do, and it just all the good stuff. So I want to make a short video going over my top 5 as far as what I enjoy using daily. I probably can't get through one day without using these all of these extensions or tools, and they make it super enjoyable as far as the process. Starting from the top here, I'm going to go ahead and walk through each of these tools or extensions one at a time, but there's no particular order. They're all great in my eyes, and they all serve a specific purpose. So they're not necessarily competing with one another. They are all great, and I use them all at the same time cohesively. Okay, but anyway, starting off with the first one here, this is going to be great for showcasing different pages or sites that you've created. This is going to be fantastic if you're doing client work and you want to send over, say, screenshots of the page you're working on, if you just finished up, or if you're trying to showcase anything on a site, right? Either way, normally in a, say, like Apple computer or even Windows, doesn't matter, when you try to screenshot, it's only going to grab or allow you to grab a specific portion of a page, not the entire thing. So this tool is great at grabbing the entire page in one click. That's all it takes. So just as an example, if I try to like screenshot just with the default Apple screenshot tool here, I can set it to capture the entire screen or different sizes, right? But aside from that, you can't go beyond that. It's not going to let you grab the entire web page, and it's pretty limited in that sense. So with that said, this tool right here allows you to go in and just click on it directly, and all it does is it captures the entire page. It shows you a little progress bar there. Give it a second here. It's going to go ahead, load through, and then it's going to open up another tab with that PDF. So you can download it as a PDF or a PNG, totally up to you. But you can go through, you can zoom in. It's great quality. You can see everything that's happening on the page, and that's really it. It looks like there was a little bit of a mishap here with this portion of the page, but I think it's just because it's scrolling down on your behalf, and that captured or just took a picture of that specific portion with it in that position. Either way, if you want to try it again, you can just go in and click on it again, see if you get better results. But usually it's pretty dang good at the first point. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about. It kind of took a snapshot of that portion of the page and her head was in that area. So it's probably gonna be the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. But that's just because I have it set to full center parallax, and that's how the feature works. Either way, it helps out greatly. If I wanted to change it up, at least for the picture, I would just change the image formatting from full center parallax to 100% width, and that would just take care of it. Then it's just one image after that. Once it's done, you can just go in and again download it either as a PDF or a PNG, or delete it. Totally up to you. This is a free extension, but I'm going to add links for all of these extensions or tools in the description, just in case you would like to use them and add them to your tool belt. All right, but anyways, this is what the page looks like within Google Chrome, and all you have to do is just add it to your browser, and from there it's going to show up within your extension bar right up here at the top. Now, once you add a new extension, if you've never added extensions before, that's okay. Just click on this little puzzle piece icon here. It's going to show a drop down of everything, all of your extensions within this browser that you've uploaded, and at any point you can go in and pin them to this bar. So this is definitely one that I always have here just ready to go, without having to click on this icon right here, this puzzle piece, scroll down and find the one I'm looking for. I can just click on it directly from this bar and move on with my day, right? But anyways, that is that. This is the first tool. The second tool is called CSS Peeper. Now, CSS Peeper is a great alternative to your browser's default developer tool. Now, the developer tool is definitely gonna be superior in all aspects just because it gives you literally everything on a page. But CSS Peeper is a good shortcut way to grab information such as like colors on the page, padding, margin, anything like that that's on a page, images, all that good stuff. It shows you everything you need to know if you're trying to, say, look at someone else's website and understand what's going on, and maybe take a portion of it or the aspect or funnel hack, right? Something that you enjoy from that page and add it to your own mix. Not necessarily assets or anything that would incriminate you, but certain design things such as like pop-ups or the color. You're like, wow, what is that? I wonder what that color is. I'm just curious. It helps with get a whole other feel for what's actually happening without having to use or know how the developer tool works. And the reason why I bring this up as far as like a comparison with a developer tool is just because it doesn't require you to understand much as far as coding goes. A lot of the times when I talk to people, the developer tool just overwhelms them because it gives you all the different information, HTML, everything on a page that you likely don't understand, and that's okay. There's no problem with that at all. But CSS Peeper is a great workaround to get past that point in time. So anyways, just like the last one, all you have to do is click on it. And again, I pinned my favorite ones here at the front, as you can see. But yeah, this is number 3 here. And all you have to do is click on it, and it's going to turn on just like this. It'll show a little pop-up on the right-hand side. And at this point, you can hover on the page and see that there is some highlighting action happening here. And if you click on certain aspects on the page, like elements, like this headline here, it's going to give you information on the color that's being used, the font size, the font family, if there's any padding or margin, it'll show it right here. If you go and like check out the row or the column, you can click around, and again, it gives you information on any side padding or margin that you can see or that is being applied to that specific element, right? Or that, in this case, the container or the row, right? But you can go around to different images, see what's going on with that, see the different sizes. You can go and yeah, just scroll down basically to everything. Now there's something cool with this. If you want to get a entire loadout of all the colors on the page, there's a tab down here on the main tab here. So as you click through and click on stuff, you'll see that like the view changes, but you can always go back and go back to the home, which is basically this right here, where it's displaying all the CSS information for just by default for this book. Or sorry, sorry, I just read a book there and my mind jumped to it, but for this page. But you can click through down here at the bottom, and there's options for colors. It'll show you all different colors on the page. It'll show you different images or assets being used here. There we go. And then if you want to, you can even export them. Now, don't use that or use any information or images here that is copywritten or is trademarked or that can get you in any trouble here. I'm not saying to go and steal people's images, but if you want to see like how they designed it and maybe bring it into Photoshop and like change some certain things up, make it your own. And I mean, I'm not telling you what you can and can't do here. I'm not a lawyer by any means here, but this tool allows you to see all the assets being used on the page and export them if you would like. All right, definitely helpful if you're mocking up different sites and would like to get a feel as far as the flow and would like to mimic a certain section without necessarily copying it. You're gonna go in and change everything, definitely make things your own, and don't steal anybody's IP, right? That you don't want to steal anybody's assets on their page and reuse it or market it on your own without permission first. You definitely need that before you actually go out there and use it for your own business. But you can use it for mocking things up and having an understanding of where things would go on a page, and then change it out for your own asset when you're ready. All right. Anyways, that is the second tool that I use pretty frequently here. It's going to be CSS Peeper. Well, usually I use a developer tool, but this is a good alternative for that. Moving on here to the color picker I like to use. Now, this isn't my first choice, or this one specifically wasn't my first choice, but I have added this because the one I do currently use is no longer available on the Chrome store. As far as I can tell, it does not pop up anymore. But this is a great alternative. Either way, a color picking tool is going to be essential for a lot of things, especially if you're doing client work and they didn't necessarily give you a color palette, but they have existing pages, right? So you can see what is being used right now. You can put together a brand color, whole sheet style guide, whatever you want to call it, to give you a better idea of what to use for other pages that you're creating for them, right? This is going to be super helpful when it comes to creating everything in a cohesive way with their brand. But one thing to mention with this extension right here is that when I first added it, it didn't want to necessarily load, and I found that I just had to refresh the page, and after that it was good to go. So just so you know, in case you run into the same thing, just refresh your page and it was good to go after that. But anyways, this guy is great at grabbing specific colors on a page. Now, if you want to say like, see what color this image right here is, or this dark color is, and use that somewhere else, awesome. All you have to do is click on this extension, and then from there, select this little rectangle area right here. It'll populate, or give it a second, it'll show this little circle on the screen. And from there, you can hover around and see different colors on the page. You can see it's showing you the pixel view there. You can see a little magnifying glass view. And there we go. And it just allows you to grab the actual color you're looking for. So you can be very precise here. Maybe I wanted this light green. I can just hover over that, and once you see that you're in the correct area, click and then go back to the extension. It's going to give you the actual information you need as far as the hex code there. It's totally up to you as far as what information you end up using, but this guy right here is going to be definitely super helpful when it comes to client work, or just in general when you're making pages or creating pages for clients. Anyways, that's it. It's really just to grab colors on a page and help you out with that. So now the next one here is going to be Grammarly. This isn't necessarily a extension specifically, but their extension is great. It helps out a lot on most of projects that you'll end up working on. If you're typing things out, odds are that eventually you'll probably put a typo in there somewhere and not realize until it's too late. So Grammarly helps while you're creating and editing specific pages to help hopefully troubleshoot and prevent as many grammatical errors as possible. Now, this is a free one. They do have a paid plan if you are trying to level up, get a little more information on how you're writing, if you want to see more information on the writing style. You also have AI that you can use within its own system, but I usually only use it for grammar check and for just making sure that everything's spelled correctly and all that good stuff. I do use the paid plan just because I find that I end up using it in the desktop. I enjoy their desktop extension, or the desktop app that they have. It works great when writing blog posts or writing scripts, anything. It doesn't matter. It is fantastic, and gives you a lot of notes. It even has like a checker for plagiarism. It goes through and makes sure that you're pulling correct resources. It can help with like tagging specific things that are meant to be tagged to give credit where credit is due. But anyways, it is super helpful. It, again, just while you're on a page, while you're typing anything out, all it does is it goes in and it shows you if you're typing anything correctly or incorrectly, and it will give you corrections. All you have to do is click on it, and from there it will just update on a page live. So it is super helpful in that regard. Now, for example, I'm inside of ClickFunnels 2.0 in the blog area. If I want to go in and adjust, say, the settings of any of these blog posts, if I go in here and adjust like the summary and just type in a bunch of gibberish, or say hello and spell it wrong, right? It'll detect what you're trying to write and give you suggestions based off of that, and it'll correct it. It'll allow you to accept or to dismiss. From there, I can just hit accept, and it changes it directly for you. You don't have to go in and type it in, except for this. Maybe it's giving you an understanding, or asking if this is something that needs to be added to the personal dictionary, which no, I do not want that there. But anyways, it gives you a rundown of everything that you are doing and writing. It'll give you a rating. You'll go through and correct anything. If it's like, see, this is the beginning of a new sentence, it's going to have you capitalize hello. Anyways, it's super useful. It's not just applicable to building out sites or funnels. It could be blog posts, like I said, literally anything that you use or do when it comes to writing. This is going to be helpful. Unless you're extraordinarily efficient and great as far as checking everything, then you don't necessarily need it. But I often find myself using this because I type things out, some things are spelled wrong. It's just how it is. It saves me a lot of time and trouble, especially with emails. But anyways, there is that. Moving on to the next thing here. This is going to be a mobile simulator. It is fantastic with helping you while you're building out pages to get a better idea of as far as how things are displaying on the mobile side. I mean, you can do it for tablets. I think they even have an option for Apple Watch, which is crazy. But anyways, it allows you to see what that device type will display that page as, or how it will format on that specific device type. This is going to be super useful. Again, I use this daily. This is, I highly recommend this. It's free. There's nothing you have to pay for. I mean, you can pay for it if you want different specific templates, but I have not paid for it, and I use it all the time. It is something that's honestly I should pay for it because they've helped me out so much. And anyways, you can choose different device types. Usually I'm in the realm of iPhones just because it seems like that's the common device type that happens to appear on my pages. But all you have to do to turn this on and actually use it is select it from the extension bar up here at the top, and it will turn it on. At this point in time, you can view that page as the device type you have selected and scroll down, interact with the page however you want, and it is, again, going to format based off of that device type that is in use. There we go. This makes it so you don't have to go in and pull out your phone to visually see how things are going to display on the mobile side. You can, I would still suggest doing so at the end of a project, but while working on it, this makes it so you can just go and do it directly in your browser without having to go anywhere. I know that the developer tool has the functionality to do this, but honestly, the way it formats is I don't visually like looking at it that way. So I want to see it just like this as it's displaying with the phone, or as if I was on that device type. So it is super helpful in that use case. And again, you can go over here, adjust it to anything. And something I saw actually today was that they had one for Apple Watch. I've never used that. I mean, when would you ever do that? But I thought that was funny. Anyways, but if you want to upgrade and view anything like the newer iPhones, you just have to click on this and it will take you to the upgrade page where you can purchase what is necessary. That is it, guys. That's all there is to it. If you have any questions around any of the extensions that I mentioned here today or covered, make sure to leave them down in the description. I am more than happy to expand or clarify. And if you have any suggestions on things I should check out, I am always adding to my repertoire or actual lineup here of tools that I enjoy using. I mean, I find something new all the time. So if you see or have any suggestions, feel free to put that in the comments down below. I'm happy to check those out. But for now, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit subscribe, as I will be uploading more content like this regularly, actually every single day for the next year at least. But anyways, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.